Hello friends, and welcome to my synthetic living room. So for this video, which is an interesting format, where I thought I am ready to give y'all a bit of a life update and also talk about how I feel about my channel and my content, talk about why it got to a point where I basically deleted 80% of my videos and didn't really explain anything. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching, grab yourself a drink. I've got some water here, and I am notorious for spilling water. So I just need a little guardian angel here to make sure I do not spill it. All right, let's get into this. I think a good point to start this story today is to start when I was back in school. You know, there's the pressure of school, and school has been a big thing that has accompanied my almost 10 years on YouTube now, almost entirely. So for the majority of the time where I had a YouTube channel, I also had this student life that took away a lot of my time and energy, and I think I really resented school for that. And all of that for a long time. So come the last year of my school, now when we talk about my content of this period, it's definitely a dichotomy of, for me, it was a really difficult time. I was suffering a lot, but hey, my videos were starting to do really well. My productivity videos, which happened by accident, and then my weekly vlogs, you know, looking back, I feel like... And then my weekly vlogs, looking back, were also a product of me not having capacity to conceptualize videos. I would more just capture as I went along because that's all I could do. My teachers definitely noticed that I was not doing great, which ultimately, after a period where I forcibly had to stop doing YouTube, otherwise I would never have been able to pass, I actually did not pass. But because I spoke to my teachers months prior, told them that I was going through this really rough time, and they saw how hard I was trying. They saw all of the work I put in to catch up. One of my teachers actually lifted my grade so that overall I would have a passing score, and I am still really grateful for that teacher. So that was the period of my life where school was, you know, sort of the main topic of my videos. And that definitely is going to lead over to my identity crisis once I graduate. So let's talk about the next chapter. To summarize the beginning of, you know, me doing YouTube full time, I would say, you know, there's this void, and then I'm like coming in, creating my own structure for myself, which was basically just putting myself down and expecting a lot from myself. Really not a nice environment to live in mentally. At that time, I personally didn't even recognize suffering under this self-imposed pressure. I was more worried about my content because now that I was done with school, I didn't have this theme anymore of being a student. I was entering a completely different phase of my life and really struggled with navigating what my content was supposed to look like. And that together with, all of these expectations I had for myself and for my content, all of this buildup of wanting to be at this point in my life where I could make all the videos I ever wanted to, but feeling so overwhelmed. Oh, hi, sun. Sun is peeking in right now, definitely leaving again in a couple of seconds. Looking back, those are the two things that I feel like negatively impacted each other in a cycle. Me aiming and striving for perfectionism, putting a lot of pressure on myself, and at the same time, feeling worse and worse about my content. So you could call it a spiral, a negative spiral, that resulted in me ultimately feeling like I could not keep going this way. And that was the beginning of my identity crisis, because when this potential career and this channel was all I identified with, feeling so burned out with it basically diminished that possibility of that, being and continuing and becoming something. And so for a while there, I definitely felt like I did not know what life's purpose is beyond all of this. And I think that's when we arrive at maybe 2021. Now, this is a little intermission for me to talk about some project I've been working on for the past couple of years, as well as my new project. So y'all may know that I've been working with Ana Luisa. We have released a couple of co-creations, and just about a year ago we came out with my M earrings and my BU bracelet. So if you're interested in my jewelry that I have co-created with Ana Luisa, I'm going to be linking them down in the description box. Make sure to get them as long as they're still available. I'm not sure for how long that's still going to be. So if you do want to get something, make sure to get it now. And I'm sure Ana Luisa also has a couple of sales, especially for the end of the year. I feel like it's a great time. And if you didn't know, the engraving on this bracelet is actually my handwriting. And I think that's a nice ode to adding handwriting to my videos, which is something I've done for a long time. Less these days, but it has definitely been, a part of my video editing style. So yeah, go and check that out if you're interested. And then I also just recently launched my Notion cover calendar, which consists of 12 illustrations that are basically resembling the months of the year that you can use as a calendar in my Notion planner template, or you can use these any way you'd like. You can print them out, use them in a bullet journal. So that has been a fun project, which you can find over at yusufcreates.com. You can download these and use them. So that was my little ad for the things that I have been creating recently, and sort of as other ways for you to support me and this channel. So now let's go back to my story. As I told you, I feel like all of this started when I graduated from school. 2021 is almost 2 years later, right? And it was still me trying to create content constantly. Even though you maybe saw 5-6 videos of me that year, I was not taking a break. I was not treating myself as a burned out 22-year-old. I was still punishing myself and creating content that no one ever saw. I don't think I had anything left in me at that point, honestly. And I think it was then that I looked at my channel and thought, all of this is the reason I feel so destroyed. And that is incredibly tragic, because this is something I dedicated a lot of my life to. And it wasn't at all just a negative experience. At all. There's a reason I kept going. There's a reason I always kept on dreaming of creating content that I loved and, creating art. But at that point, as I said, I'm speaking about that time in my life, it's how I felt. I felt really bad about everything I've ever created. I saw my channel as not having any value, which is basically how I just interpreted the value of my work, I was thinking that I would feel better about my channel if I didn't see all of these things, all of these videos. So at one point I did unlist most of my videos. Like seriously, I think I left maybe 10, and it was really difficult to decide like what am I gonna leave, A big part of this also connects to just me not being happy with my content. Honestly, just that. And I think it's a struggle that I'm always going to have. I think it's something that a lot of artists go through, where you need to recognize that the potential that you recognize that your work can have is almost never going to be represented by the art that you share with the world. Because once you share something, you're already personally at a different point and personally have already expanded your horizon of potential, right? So that's how I got to the point of basically having unlisted most of my content, so that you could basically only see a fraction of what I've ever done on YouTube. Yeah, I think I left off sort of describing the point of me unlisting all of my videos, and I felt bad about the videos already, and I definitely understood that unlisting my videos without any sort of explanation can be really frustrating for people who enjoyed those videos. I just did not have the capacity to explain all of this. And it definitely took me a lot of time to process and put this into words, which is why I'm here just now, And I also made this video to update y'all on my progress so far when it comes to how I approach my work on my channel. I feel like I've been able to approach it a lot healthier and a lot more sustainable in terms of, being able to keep going without overworking myself, maintaining my mental health, and maintaining boundaries. It's always going to be an evolution of my identity that is encapsulated in my videos. And right now, I'm enjoying the content I am working on, and I think that's the most important thing. But as of now, I am slowly putting back pretty much all of my videos. I think the ones I'll keep unlisted are maybe like 5-6 videos that I just don't really want to publish anymore. But most of my weekly vlogs I'm republishing again, and also productivity vlogs, which most of them I have put online again. I apologize for this confusing time being a subscriber or a follower, anyone just being around, sticking around for my content. But yeah, I'm happy that I have gotten to this point where I can republish the videos. I feel okay about it. It is a big step for me, honestly. And I hope that with this video, I was able to give you some insight into how it's been for me. So let's talk a little about, plans that I already have for the next year. My plans for the next year. If I look at where I'm going to be in a year, hopefully, I'm going to reconciliate my relationship with school. That's all I'm going to say so far. But if things go to plan, and this has been a plan it's been in the making for years. I don't know, I might be in school in a year from now. And then, together with that, my environment is also going to be changing, and that definitely sooner. So you can expect me moving in a couple of months, which is honestly something that I have been dying to do. I cannot get into how excited I am about a new chapter in my life and about the upcoming chapters in this next year. Hopefully, I'll be able to let you in on more of that as these things come around. On that note, again, go ahead and check out my jewelry from Ana Luisa, my earrings, my bracelet, as long as they're still available, and also my Notion covers. Everything is going to be linked down below. And with that, I hope to see you around, and until then, bisous.
You are not a friend of me, no.